4 types of welding jackets that every beginner needs to know. Let's go over them, family. So the first kind of welding jacket is normally the one that we always see. It's the green, or it may come in black or red, and normally that's the typical RF jacket. Nothing really special. Now, when they say that, it doesn't mean that these are 100% fire retardant. It just means that these will catch on fire a little less than if you had something that was more flammable. That's it. You can still catch these on fire if they get under enough heat and enough flame sits on the material. But this is the basic kind, fam. This is the basic jacket. Like I said, you can find these black, red, green, different colors, but this is standard. And you don't have to break the bank. They'll range anywhere from, depends on the company, probably $19 to $40, for one of these. Depends on if it got extra pockets in it or whatever the situation is. This is the typical jacket that you're going to see. Now, if you're doing something like TIG welding, this is good. If you're doing MIG welding, this is good. If you're doing flux core welding, this is not good. If you're doing stick welding, this is not good. Now, you can use this, but you're still going to get burnt right up in here because you got your little crevices when you're stick welding. You're doing this, or you're going overhead, or you flatten, and all this stuff can pop on your arms. So when you're doing that type of welding, we recommend that you will have a welding jacket with leather sleeves on them, because the leather sleeves is going to help you from the stick, the more aggressive type of welding. And I would say flux core and stick welding is more aggressive. If it's flux core with gas or flux core without gas, they call one inner shield and dual shield. So the dual shield or inner shield, because it pops, fam. So this would be one that I would recommend if I was going to be welding something in different positions. Even in the flat positions, it still can pop on you, so you want to protect your arms. I got many BBs and war wounds and scars for me having over 21 years of experience. Now I have all of my members. I haven't lost nothing. My eyes is only getting worse with age, but they still good. You see what I'm saying? So for those who are worrying about those type of things, as long as you wear the proper PPE, you will be okay. So the next one is the leathers. You got the leathers, fam. This one right here, it actually comes with the whole setup, but I got it took off, but I can pop off the front, which is the apron that comes down, or I can wear the whole leather setup. Now, I like this a lot in the summertime if I don't want to be as hot, but I'm doing stuff on construction, doing my ironworking, welding, construction, or if I was welding on pipe, doing water pipe, I had this on, fam. Like, this was like my breather. I like this. And now me and my daughter actually did a video, and she called this a chalk top. Now, I never thought about it being a chalk top. You know what I'm saying? I always thought about this is just a welding, cape is what we call it, the cape. But I never thought about the fashion, being that, but that's really what it is. And it shows, some people had put some pictures on my TikTok showing different people wearing it, sporting this as fashion. So this could be a nice fashion option for women or males that like it, that's into this. But this is actually really help save you in the field if you're doing very aggressive or very welding, like stick welding and flux core that's real, I like to say violent, because it just like throw sparks and flames and stuff everywhere, and BBs, and they can get you. And this leather will save you. Now, the leather won't, like, if something sit on the leather for a long period of time, you can still burn through the leather, but technically you'll be okay. Normally them BBs gonna find a little spot somewhere and get you. So normally, as long as you got your PPE on, you're fine. But the leathers, like I say, that is a big thing. Now, you also have the cape without it. So if you're doing stuff like TIG welding and something light, and you just want to have something at the top, and you're doing some flat stuff, this is fine. I have seen many people in TIG weld shops wear these, because they just protect their arms, and they had to have some type of PPE on, and they could have a regular t-shirt as long as it wasn't flammable. You can wear this. So the women that want the cape without the leather, you can get one with the leather, or you want it without. Now this one probably run, like I say, maybe $20. under $30 for sure, just like this by itself. The leather will probably run you around, the cheapest one probably be around $40 to $50. Depends on the company and depends on how it's made. But this is pretty much the setup that you're going to see. Every company is different as far as the colors and things like that. But this is the basic setup. And it all depends on what you're doing. If you're doing lightweight things like regular MIG and TIG welding, the basic coat is perfect. But if you're doing anything that's I would say that's aggressive, like stick welding and flux core welding, I will most definitely get some leather sleeves or a leather jacket. Now they do have gloves that's longer, depends on what you're doing. I got a pair of long gloves that go up here. So when I do some stick welding, I didn't want to put nothing on. I could put them big long gloves on, and they was great to do some flat and some uphill. But it all depends on what you're doing, family. So it depends on what you're doing. But one thing we know, when you are in the shop and when you are in the field, there's completely different types of PPE you have to wear. I always like to say the shop welding isn't field welding, family. Shop welding is not field welding. So when you're in the field, that's a different form of PPE. I'm an ironworker welder, engineer, so I love being outside and I love to fabricate. I'm a fabricator as well. And I have different bags and different setups depending on what I'm doing. But I would say this, for the beginners getting started, find out what lane you want to go in. You know, instead of going to school and waiting till you graduate to figure out where you want to go, find out where you want to go before you graduate school. That'll be the best thing to do. And by doing that, it's going to set you up. So I would say I would recommend to do that, and it would change the things for you. Be blessed, continue to prosper. I'm out. Hog on.